There's something really interesting I know about you, and you probably don't even know it yourself. But you should, you must. It's important to you as a self-directed investor. I'm Bryan Ellis. You'll hear about it right now in episode number 100.
You're listening to Self-Directed Investor Radio, America's only podcast exclusively for affluent, self-directed investors, where each day of the week you receive innovative investment strategy and deadly accurate market analysis that's untainted by Wall Street and unblemished by government propaganda, all in 7 minutes or less. Coming to you now from iTunes, Stitcher, and SDIRadio.com, here's your host, Bryan Ellis.
Hello, my friends. Welcome to another excursion into investment excellence. Folks, this is an exciting day for me, and I have you to thank for it. You see, today is episode number 100 of Self-Directed Investor Radio. 100 is nothing more than just a nice round number, but it's a special day for this show, and I'd like to tell you why. May I tell you a bit about myself? If you'll indulge me, you'll very quickly understand why my background is important to expressing how grateful I am for and to you. I've been around the real estate business and alternative investment world for about 20 years. For most of the last 10 years or so, I've been focused primarily on publishing my newsletter, the Bryan Ellis Investing Letter. And wow, has that ever been a success. I'm so grateful to God and to my subscribers and really to my wife, without whom it simply could not have happened. We have nearly 700,000 subscribers to that newsletter, and through that publication, I've achieved a level of influence in the real estate world for which I'm so deeply grateful. That newsletter is heavily focused on coverage of news, public policy, and current events that are relevant to individual investors. We also offer a lot of educational opportunities for people who want to learn the ins and outs of various real estate investment strategies. And wow, am I grateful to everyone who's been a subscriber, far more than I can say. But you know, there was a bit of a yearning in my soul for something different. You see, several years ago, I offered an opportunity to my newsletter subscribers that was different than I had ever done before. Instead of just offering an educational program, I actually offered my subscribers the chance to really invest their money in real deals. These are what are now called turnkey deals because these deals were completely passive for the investor. Well, something really cool happened. People made money, and my clients were happy. I mean, genuinely happy. Many of them had always wanted to invest in real estate, but had never done so for many reasons. Maybe lack of time, lack of knowledge, or simple fear. But what they saw in the opportunity I provided for them was a green light, a clear path to actually producing real financial results rather than just attending a real estate course or reading an investment book. Well, that was a couple of years before the crash of 2007, and about a year before the crash, I saw the writing on the wall and asked my clients to stop being involved in those investments. Thankfully, they did, and we had a really great run together. But you know what? I never forgot that experience. I absolutely loved it. What I got was the chance to have a really meaningful impact on the lives of those clients, an impact that could be measured in dollars and cents. Some of you may know, my formal education is in engineering, software engineering specifically. I went to Georgia Tech, one of the top 10 engineering universities in the entire world, on an academic scholarship. So needless to say, I'm a bottom line, black and white, facts only kind of guy. Making a difference is a good thing, and I've been doing that for years by educating people through the Bryan Ellis Investing Letter. But making a measurable difference is even better. In my experience, helping those clients in such a clear, measurable way lit a fire in me that never went away. Well, while the market was crashing, I wasn't about to go back into the business of recommending real estate investments. The timing was just wrong. But as soon as it was clear that the market was turning upwards again, I chose to make a move back into attracting clients who I could assist with making a real, measurable impact on their lives. And while there's still much more to the story, which I'll be happy to tell you if I ever have the pleasure of meeting you face to face, and I certainly hope to have that happen, well, the truth is that this podcast and you are a central part of the whole plan. You see, I believe there's a group of people in the world who are underserved, poorly served even. That group of people is self-directed investors. These are special people. What they're after is clear results in their investment portfolio, but for them, it's about more than just following the crowd. These people think differently. They do believe there's opportunity on Wall Street, and they probably own or have owned stocks or mutual funds at various times, but they're open and flexible. They're intrigued by having more options. These people are very cautious about making investments, but they're willing to try things off the beaten path. These are people who, instead of putting all of their money on stocks, might allocate a part of their portfolio to something like a well-secured private loan, or they might even buy into a commercial building, or maybe even oil and gas opportunities, or even intellectual property. The point is, this person, you, is both very open-minded and very cautious. And the fact is that there's simply nobody serving your needs in the world right now. There are plenty of brokers for conventional stock market investments. There are plenty of real estate brokers who will sell you real estate. There are even plenty of turnkey companies that purport to selling you fully packaged real estate investments. But none of those investment providers require of themselves to offer the three things that wise self-directed investors demand: that every investment be simple and safe and strong. I call it the S3 standard: simple, safe, and strong. It's easy to find investments that have one of those elements, even two of them, but all three, not so simple. That's why I'm here, and my friend, that's why I'm so grateful that you're here too. You see, you have made this show a success, a huge success. You may remember a show I did a few weeks ago where I referenced the fact that even though this show is only about 7 minutes long, it still takes me about 2.5 hours a day to do the research, the writing, the recording, etc. to put it together. Well, you know what? The reality is the 7 minutes you dedicate to listening to this show is so much more important to me than the time that I spend putting it together. I'm so grateful to you. It's hard to express the degree to which this show has become a rapid success without sounding as if I'm bragging, but I'm going to do it anyway because the bragging is on you. Because of you, this show is one of the top 3 podcasts on iTunes during the first 8 weeks, during which time Apple ranks all new shows against each other. We kicked butt, and I was amazed. Because of you, we have hundreds of 5-star ratings on iTunes, a massive number for a show that's existed only for a few months. It's astounding. Because of you, we're routinely among the top shows in the investing category. This show is regularly listed in the What's Hot section of iTunes among investing shows, putting us alongside such investment titans as CNBC's Jim Cramer and Motley Fool and financial guru Dave Ramsey. Heck, we frequently crush podcasts from major players like Goldman Sachs, Time Magazine, Rick Edelman, and Morningstar. It's amazing. You are amazing. This show keeps growing and growing because you keep on listening and listening. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my friends. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Believe it or not, this podcast has been a dream of mine for some time. You folks are making it real. I can never say thank you enough. So today is kind of a special day for this show. Not really a birthday, but certainly a milestone. And because I owe it all to you, I'd like to do something very special for you. There's a gift I'd like to send to you at no expense just to show you my appreciation. I think you're going to like it, but I need to know where to send it. So please just get on my contact list by texting SDI Radio to 33444, and I'll send it to you in the next few days. You'll be really glad you did. I want to reward you very well for being such a great listener. So again, that's SDI Radio to 33444. No periods or spaces, just SDI Radio to 33444. And may I ask a favor of you? Please tell at least one friend or colleague about this show today. Maybe even go ahead and decide right now who you'll tell, and then do so right away. I'll be so grateful to you. Thank you so much. And one final time, from the bottom of my heart, thank you, thank you, thank you. And invest wisely today, and live well forever.
Thank you for listening to Self-Directed Investor Radio with Bryan Ellis. Don't miss a single episode. Be sure to subscribe to Self-Directed Investor Radio right now on iTunes, on Stitcher, and at SDIRadio.com. Your feedback is always welcomed via email at feedback@SDIRadio.com. This show is for entertainment purposes only and is not intended as legal or professional advice for your situation. Content is the property of the Self-Directed Investor Society.